By now you've received my most recent email reflecting on your Project 1 grades and the revision process, or you've seen the blog entry which reviews the same information. That's where I am here now. I want to draw your attention to this document here, which I've linked in both the blog and email and shared on your Google Drive shared folder with me. If you aren't ecstatic about your Project 1 grade, it's probably because you turned in a a final draft that was very similar to your rough draft. Okay, perhaps you added a couple of really interesting reflection points in a sentence or two, or maybe you added one more source. But what I'm really looking for in thorough revision is that you have re-seen your project. Okay, this means that usually you find the rhetorical goal, why you're writing this and who you're writing this for, and the honed focus as you reflect on your draft. So that means to really revise, you have to go through sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph, and figure out how the old draft, which might have had a different goal, can be revised in order to meet the new found goal that you've learned actually in the writing process. Okay, this is a lot of work, and I don't want this document here and my advice that I'm giving you now to discourage you. So what I'm going to do actually now is zoom down to the end of this document to this little postscript. Okay, I hope that you find this encouraging. If you check out the revision history of this very handout, you'll see that I'm revising my own thoughts and my own writing constantly, even in my communications with you. Okay, so no writer, not even an instructor of English, produces beautiful, perfect strings of words on a first try. Okay, I actually really struggle with some of the same issues that you do. What I've learned in my intensive practice over the past many years is that I need to go back, and I've gotten better at revising and editing to make sure I'm writing clear sentences. So, anyways, I have learned a lot, but that doesn't mean that I don't still struggle and that I don't still revise, and I'm hoping that you find this encouraging. So, I want to just point out this tool that you can use on Google Docs. Word and other similar programs have a similar tool. If you want to know how to use this tool on other programs, just let me know. But here on Google Docs, you can go to File and see Revision History. It doesn't look like a lot yet, but if I click on this little triangle, you'll see that I've been working on this blog, email, and revision document to send you guys since about 10:56 this morning. It is now 1. Okay, so there are a few things. If I go to around 11:40 a.m., so these are all different edits. I can click on a random edit and you can go through and see what change I made at that time. Okay, so here I think I moved this because I thought that it would work better here in this paragraph. I thought that you needed this information early on, and I thought it was related to the idea of staying on a honed focus. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. Let's look at 11:40. What did I change in 11:40? Okay. Okay. Interestingly, some of you wrote more directly about your writing goal to describe an issue affecting a specific local community in your revision reflecting. So before I had, interestingly, some of you wrote more directly about your goal and a honed focus in your revision reflection. It wasn't really clear which goal I was talking about and what exactly I meant by honed focused, so I tried to clarify a little bit there for you. Okay. Of course, being informed about the national problem allowed her to understand the interviewee's concern more clearly, which is why the rough draft helped her get a more thoughtful revision. Okay, so I'm reflecting on why I'm including that information for you there. Making sure that it's clear that it's the writing that I'm referencing. Okay. What other changes did I make? Let's try 12:05. Okay. So here, in the second bullet point for you, I was describing how some of you become really invested in the issue or potentially even have a stake in the issue yourself. And so you neglected to bring out some opposing or outside differing perspectives. If we go look here, if you heard from me, your writing fellow, or peers about the need to bring in differing perspectives, it wasn't in an attempt to undermine your own opinion. Rather, your audience, your peers, your instructor, me, was encouraging you to write a more thorough analysis. Before, I don't remember what I had here. Oh, I didn't have this at all. I just had the dash, the first step to honestly address an issue which you care deeply about. Okay? I thought that that dash didn't make it exactly clear enough what I meant, what I was connecting to be the first step. So, at the risk of repeating myself, I gave this very specific noun phrase, such thorough analysis. Okay? I also used an active verb. Okay? This analysis is the first step, marks the first step. Okay? Um, Obviously, there are many revisions here, and if you go, I just want to show the number of them. Okay, and of course, I'm doing this as I write, and then I reread and come back, and I realize that something isn't clear, and I have to change it. It's just the hardest work of writing is thinking critically and coming back and figuring out how to make these ideas that are in your head be clearer on the page. All right, I hope this was helpful. I don't want to ramble any longer, but you do have a lot of good information here that I think will help you in your revision process in the future. Good luck.